Centered out here. There we go. That should be good. I'm 22 years of age now, soon to be 23 in March. It took me 21 years of life experience to really fully flesh out the fact that I'm not as smart as I thought I was previously. Like when I was a kid growing up and like a teenager and even into young adulthood, like 19, 20 years old, I thought I had the shit figured out. I thought life was a fucking picnic and it was mine for the taking, and that I knew that I was as smart as everyone around me. Come to find out, intellectually, I'm at the low grade, okay? There's people that are, and it took me, I know, this is like an obvious thing. It took me so long to realize that I'm not as smart as I thought I was. Now, I don't know if this happens to everyone, if this is a universal experience where in your young adolescence you feel like you're fucking at the top of the world and that you're as smart as you're ever gonna be. But as soon as 22 years old hit me, I don't know why, something about that age for me particularly, I started to get a semblance that I am a lot less, this is obvious. Less experienced is obvious because I'm 22 and there's people out there like, I work with this guy G that's 60 years old and he's got the most wisdom out of anyone I've ever fucking been around in my life. This old Haitian guy named Gerald. And he always comes to me and he's like, man, you young, man. You got so much to learn, man. And he's like, man, you a baby, man. I have grandkids as old as you. And I just feel like that Haitian guy G at my job has so much more world experience, obviously, because he's 45 years older than me. But they're at an advantage because they have so much more life experience and so much more time to gain intelligence. But like I said before, I have realized that I have a lot to learn. But here's the thing. This is a question that I have. Is it smart to be dumb? Now, I want you to think about that for a second. Now, I thought I was smart, and I thought it was equal to everyone. I almost thought I was smarter than almost everyone. That's the kind of ego that I had. Come to find out, I'm a dumb fuck, and I have so much to learn. But is it smart to be dumb, or is it smart to be dumb? Is my question, because I know some fucking idiots, some inbred, dumbass, half-brained, smooth, their brain's like a fucking cue ball, people that I interact with on a daily basis. Now, I'm not trying to, discredit people or call myself higher than mighty or all that, anything like that, because, I'm not the fucking sharpest knife in the fucking crate. I'm not the fucking sharpest flathead screwdriver in the toolbox. You know what I mean? I know you've heard this before. I'm not the brightest LED bulb hanging above the bathroom sink. I'm just not. And I accept that. I'm not a Stephen Hawking of the world. I'm not an Albert Einstein. I'm not a fucking, I don't know. I feel like I'm just of average intelligence. But is it smart to recognize that you're a dumbass and to want to do something about that? So for example, I have a thirst for knowledge and learning because I don't ever want to be at a disadvantage in conversation, in business, in my occupation, just in general day-to-day life, doing common, simple things, engaging in conversation with people. I don't want to be seen as someone who's an idiot, which right now, currently, flatline at my baseline, I'm a dumbass. But is it smart to acknowledge that you're dumb and to want to do something about that? Is that a sign of intelligence? Because some people don't even care. They just go through life oblivious that they're dumb and that they're at like a base level and they have no thirst to acquire knowledge. And I know that what I sound like, I already said this just like 2 seconds ago, but I'm not trying to be higher than mighty. I know that we're all equal and all that other stuff. I'm just saying, some people I feel intellectually have more of a, I don't know, this sounds fucking stupid, but a thirst for knowledge. So, that's the question of the day. Is it smart to recognize that you're a dumb fuck? Okay? Next. Now, this has nothing to do with what I was just talking about, but Chipotle, like I've talked about this ad nauseum. This whole feud with Chipotle that I've had on this channel, you can go back and there's back catalog videos of me talking about this very subject that I'm about to talk about, okay? But it just never changes, and this is why Chipotle stock is down 50%, because they're fucking idiots, okay? So it's like a common thing, and I've talked about this before, so this is going to be probably boring, but it's a common thing among the continental United States that Chipotle does not give enough chicken when you ask for double chicken, okay? That's just how it is. That's how it's going to be. That's how they're going to play it. So there's a few common strategies to get more chicken and get an ample amount of chicken when you're at Chipotle. You could ask for single chicken first, which I've patented this method. This is the Matt Marauder method. You get your rice, you get your beans, blah, blah, blah. That's just common practice. Then when you get up to the chicken or the steak, what have you, whatever you want to eat, You ask for a single scoop of chicken. They'll scoop the scoop of chicken. And then you say, oh, I think I'm all good. Then they'll pass it down to the other part, which is like where you get the corn, the pico de gallo, the salsa, the guacamole, the sour cream, that other separate section. And once they scoot it on past there, you go, actually, I think I want double chicken. Then they're forced to give you 2 sizable scoops of chicken, and you can hit your protein goals for the day. Now, don't shoot the messenger. I'm just telling you, this is what I do, and this is why my fucking traps are climbing up to the top of my head, and I look like Patrick Starr, okay? This is why it looks like someone's crying down my legs with the teardrop quadriceps that I have, that I'm working with hanging off my femurs. That's just what it is. This is why at fucking 215 pounds, 6'4", I have ripples going along my ass cheeks, okay? I have fucking cross-striated glutes. All right, so if you don't want cross-striated glutes, don't use the Matt Marauder method at Chipotle. But if you do, I would recommend that you use that. Okay, now we're just laying down the law there. I'm just giving you the brass tacks. That's not even the problem that we're having with Chipotle right now. That's the original problem that we worked around a solution to. Now we're going to get to this secondary, tertiary problem that really fucking grinds my gears. Now, let me tell you. The chicken thing, I get it. They're probably at a loss if they give you a lot of chicken, so the employees, they give you bitch-ass scoops. All right, that's fine. I should never walk into any given Chipotle location in the entire continental United States or anywhere else in the global galactic plane that we live on, okay? I should not go into Chipotle and ask for rice and then not get enough rice and have to ask for more rice. That should never, ever fucking happen. Okay, now the past 3 times I've went to Chipotle, and I go there a lot because I save time because I don't have to cook food, so I just go to Chipotle. It's right next to my gym. I've pumped some iron in the mecca of muscle building, in the iron fucking infirmary, in the concrete coliseum. I go in there, I hit chest, I destroy the muscle fibers and the muscle bodies in my fucking genetically gifted chest. But when I go to Chipotle a lot, all right? Blah, whatever. I go into Chipotle, I ask for white rice. I never ask for brown rice because I'm not a fucking bitch, all right? Now, that's brass tacks. I'm not a bitch, so I ask for white rice. Gives me 1 scoop of white rice, and it's 2 different people. This happened to me twice in a row, all right? I'm off 2 straight non-ample amount of rice Chipotle visits. The first time, this fucking dude. Now, when you look at me right now, okay? This is what I look like. Now, you can't see the bottom half of me, but I'm gigantic. I've told you this before. It looks like I'm on stilts. My town is 6 miles across, the town that I reside in. In 3 steps, I can get across my town. That's just how gigantic I am. They should see me in the Chipotle and know to hook a motherfucker up because I'm so large, okay? So, gives me the little ass thing of rice. Now, tell me why I shouldn't, when I get not enough rice at Chipotle, tell me why I shouldn't grab the guy, rip him over the counter, drag his ass to the front, and fucking put my Subaru 2012 WRX World Rally Blue hatchback 5-door, put it in the rear end on a fucking jack, and start spinning the tires, and put the Chipotle worker's face on the tire, and have all 265 ponies under the hood on the tire, like some GTA Ballad of Gay Tony shit. I should melt this fucking guy's face off like I'm in a biker club and some guy just got crazy with me by the pool table. And then if I go to jail for that shit and it's my first day on the yard, I'm in the penitentiary, and I got 3 black people pursuing me, and they're like, yo, what are you in here for? What are you in here for? And I tell them the rap sheet that I'm in there because I didn't get enough rice at Chipotle, so I fucking dragged the Chipotle worker out and made his face into soup like a Mortal Kombat brutality fucking finisher. I'll get the most respect in the prison, and I'll be pod boss within a week once they hear my rap sheet of what I did, because they'll be thankful that I actually took initiative and took action and got back at these Chipotle workers for skimping on the fucking rice. Rice costs $0. Now, Chipotle, I get it, your stock's down 50%, like we said already. I don't mean to put you on blast, but that's just what I'm seeing in the fucking stock market. Your stock's down because no one wants to go there because you're not giving enough rice, okay? Now, they don't give enough beans either, but that's a separate, I can make a whole nother video about them not giving enough beans. I'm just talking, this is strictly rice right now. If I went to prison for that, all I'm saying is I'd be pod boss within a week because I'd get so much respect for what I did to that Chipotle worker. Now, this is all fictional, theoretical shit, but Chipotle, get your act together because I should not ever have to ask for more rice. Now, that's the end of that. What else are we going to talk about? I want to talk about the gym because I haven't talked about the gym in a while. Now, longtime Maraudians know that I'm a thoroughbred fucking stallion of a gym goer. I have 2 different gym cards, okay? I have one gym that's near my house, and then I have another gym that's like 20 minutes away from me that I only go on my days off. So I'll tee that up like once a week. That gym, the second gym that I go to, that I only go to on occasion, is probably one of the best gyms in Massachusetts. It's phenomenal. Now, I'm not going to tell you where I go because I'm not going to blow that spot up, all right? Because it's like busy now, but I don't want it to be swamped when all the Marauders are in there pumping iron. And I also want the advantage of going to the absolute pinnacle of gymnasiums so that I'm still bigger than my audience, because I don't want you guys catching up to me in the fucking deltoid department. So I've told this on the channel before, but I want to retell this story because every time I do tell people this, they laugh. So I think it might be a funny story. So I feel like I've been to 3 separate gyms like in my whole entire career. I went to one gym, like a Crunch Fitness, which closed down, and then these 2 gyms that I'm going to now. So 3 gyms in total. And at every gym, and I don't know if this is just in my area or if this is a universal thing, at every gym, and I say this with all due respect because, you know, everybody's equal, there's always a midget, just one, at a gym. Always. Every single gym I've ever been to, if you go repeatedly, there's always a midget rocking around in that gym. Now, more power to them. And most of the time, they're fucking built because they don't have a lot of surface area to fill out, so their muscles just get engorged. So they're always just yoked out of their fucking socks. So I have nothing but respect for it when I see them on the lat pull down and they're using like 35 different contraptions to sit on so that they can reach the bar. Nothing but respect. And I don't give a fuck what word you're supposed to use. Little person, midget. Sometimes I'll call them midge. I'll call them a midge, which is disrespectful. A dwarf. If I was a midget, I just want to be called... what would I want to be called if I was a midget? Because it's all disrespect. No matter what way you slice the cake of midgetry, it's all disrespectful. You can't respectfully class them. Little person, I just feel like if I was a midget and someone called me a little person, I'd want to fucking just bite their fucking shins. Midget, I feel like I'd want to be called a midget if I was a midget.
If I was a midge, I'd want to be called a midget.
Just because it's a term. Like dwarf is disrespectful as fuck. If someone called me an elf, I'd put a dot on their head like they're Hindu, bro. I'd shoot them in the fucking skull. But what was I even talking about? Put down in the comments if you were a midget what you'd want to be called. It's all disrespectful though, so it's hard to find even a good, like, you can just call them a person, but they're like, are they? No, I'm just kidding. But anyway, clip cut out there. Something happened with the camera, which sucks because I went on a heater for about 6 straight minutes after it cut out. So I'm just gonna have to keep going. Give you the long story short, with the midget thing at the gym. So basically, when I had entered this new gym that I go to, the one that I only go like once every fucking week, whatever, I had to pee so bad. So the way my gym bathroom is laid out is there's 3 stalls and 3 urinals, 2 big urinals and 1 little urinal, and then like 3 stalls. So when I walked in there, the 2 urinals that were there had already been taken by other gym goers. You know how it goes. And the only urinal that was still available was the little urinal. And the little urinal, see, I'm a tall guy, so I always use the big urinal, but the little urinal is actually more advantageous as far as my urinations go because my fucking penis is so long. All right. Now I don't want to put that on blast, but this is just what the story calls for. So I'm like, all right, I'll use this urinal. Now I clocked, the midget was there. On the way in, I clocked that he was there because we made hateful eye contact because he does not like me. So I knew he was there. So I was taking a risk by taking this urinal anyway. But you got to do what you got to do. You only live once. So I took the small urinal, and as I was peeing, I take really, really long pees. I'm like, my pees are so long that I have time to contemplate the universe while I'm pissing. So I'll be peeing, and as I'm peeing, I'll think about the Goldilocks zone of different star systems in the universe. Like, that's the type of shit I think about while I'm peeing because it takes so long. So as I was peeing, I was sitting there, and then one by one, the 2 people next to me at the bigger urinals left. And I was, it was handy dandy. I was just doing my thing peeing. And all of a sudden, I see a small shadow out of the corner of my eye approaching. And it turns out that small shadow had happened to be the midget that goes to the gym that I go to. Now, I felt horrible as I saw him approaching. And I see him turn the corner, and he saw me, And he's like, oh, what the fuck? And then he turns around and walks away. And from that point on, I think he hates my guts. He always gives me dirty looks. You know, I don't blame him because that urinal is is made for him. That's his urinal. It should practically have his fucking first and last name on it. And I was using it, and he had to go. And like I said, my piece took long, so we had to wait. Like, I tried to speed it up, I tried to push, but it took like another 5 minutes for me to get off that urinal, so then that he could use it. And I feel bad telling this story because I gave a lot of run up, and then the climax and actual point of the story was very short. So I'm sorry about that, but that's just how the story is. There's not much I can do about that. I hope you like that story, but it sucks because I said this shit like 20 minutes ago, and now I'm home and I got to re-say it. But this is like a 2-for-1 because I'm going to give you a whole nother pissing story. Okay. So, this second one happened. It was also basically the same thing where I was about to work out and I had to pee upon entering the gym. So I was really feeling myself this day. I was about to hit chest and triceps, get a crazy chest pump, get some incline shit going, and get my triceps were going to be absolutely out of this world. Like, these type of chest workouts can contribute to this tricep that I'm working with. Now, this shit is insane. If you could see what I'm seeing right now, I know I even got bad lighting, and the tricep is still horseshoed out. It's like a staircase. But anyway, where was I? Oh, shit. What's that? Yeah, I was about to just destroy my chest. So I was peeing, and I was feeling myself. The caffeine was really making its way through my system, and I felt good. And all of a sudden, this juice head comes up next to me at the urinal and goes to the one directly aside, like beside me. It just starts absolutely letting loose on the urinal. And how do I know he was letting loose on the urinal? Because at the time, I was getting ready. I was listening to music. I was listening to Motor Breath by Metallica. And I was listening to it at a decent volume. It was like a good volume that I was listening to. Not like all the way up, but like I would say 65 to 70% volume. And I hear something over Motorhead. I got James Hetfield singing in my ear, and I'm listening to fucking Kirk Hammett shred the guitar. And all of a sudden I hear something. So what I heard was this man's piss stream. Now, this happened like a week ago, so I'm still recovering from this. So sneakily, you know, I paused the AirPods and I'm listening, and this guy his piss stream is so many octaves above what my piss stream is that it's utterly humiliating. So I got urinarily mogged before my chest day, and it ruined my workout basically. I still had a good pump and everything like that, but I just couldn't shake it from my mind that this man had such a stronger piss stream than me. And I mean, am I even, I felt like a female. I felt totally emasculated. Yeah, so that's that whole story. I'm still recovering from that. That happened like a week ago. I'm still recovering. So it didn't cut off this time. So now you got the story, and I'll catch you guys on the next video. And yeah.